Welcome to the Permanent Municipal Building Committee meeting of Wednesday, May 10th. Let me share the screen here and get the agenda. That doesn't seem to be working. Well, that function doesn't seem to be working, so we're going to go through the agenda. There is no warrant tonight. I've made some comments on the meeting minutes for the last meeting on the 26th of whatever that month was. April. Any other comments or corrections? If not, is there a motion to approve the meeting minutes from April 26th?
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from April 26th.
Okay, roll call vote. Oh, is there a second?
I'll second it, Bob Rumley.
Roll call vote, Bob.
Bob Rumley, yes.
Mike.
Mike Scaduto, yes.
Stacy.
Yes.
Bartlett.
Bartlett Harvey, yes.
And Steve Moore, yes. Okay, Shaker Lane feasibility study, Steve and Stacy. We were supposed to have a meeting last night. I was voted chairman in absentia at the last meeting, and I kind of dropped the ball on last night's meeting. So we're going to be rescheduling that for 1 week next month. We have kind of a tight deadline on getting some documents into MSBA. So I'm going to try to schedule that for June 7th. I'm going to poll the committee and see if that works for everyone.
Okay. I did have a question, just because I'm not too familiar with the process. I assumed that Kelly Clenchy would be responsible for doing a lot of the paperwork, but is that something where we just kind of find who is better suited for it?
Well, unfortunately, I've been through this before, so I'm probably the the guy. And I'm downtown. I can stop by MSBA and get some help with this. So I think by default, I'm going to end up with this. So I'm going to look at what Steve sent us today and go through it. I'm off the next 2 days. So I have some time to look at stuff. And then I'll poll the committee and see what dates in June are the best suited to get a quorum. Okay. And Stacy, anything else on that?
Nope.
So library update, Brian?
Yeah, thanks, Steve. I think our long nightmare is over when it comes to the electrical vehicle charger. We've had the installation done. Littleton Light has done its approval in order to operate. So it's my understanding that that is up and working now. We do have some later provisions in the event there's to be other chargers installed in that area. But currently we do have a two-headed charger that can charge 2 EV vehicles off of that. In regards to the building itself, we're closed out with the contractor. We're working with the lead consultants in order to get our accreditation, which is going to play into what our kickback credit is from the library building commissioners. So we're kind of at the mercy of the lead documentation. We're just on a wait and see policy. Once we get that, we'll submit that to the MBLC. And Sam Alvarez had reached out to me recently saying that the senator that was instrumental in helping getting the solar panels up on the roof was looking to do a ribbon cutting in the near future. So when I do find that date out, I can share that with the Pmbc if they'd like to have anybody there. And I think, Kirby, you raised your hand?
June 10th.
June 10th. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Brian, I'm going to talk to you probably offline about getting all the contract documents into some kind of a PMIS system within the town record keeping, whatever we do with that.
Sure. Yep.
So that's
That's
going to
something
be
that we have all of that with. We can give you the structure and hierarchy that we use, and then also however you need it broken down, we can upload it to the town server.
yeah. I think whatever file structure you used would be fine for us.
Okay.
Littleton High School roof update, Brian. No, Brian's not here. I do think that I just got the contract and the payment and performance bonds from the contractor. I sent them over to Town Hall. So I guess more to come on that at the next meeting. Senior Center update, Brian?
Yep, Senior Center, we're moving right along with that. From a pre-qualification standpoint, we've had Bartlett and Mike Scaduto helping us with that. We had a meeting last week. Our request for qualifications is out on the street right now. That is due in 2 weeks. I believe on the 25th is when they are due. I've looked at the bidding website that we're using. We've had over 100 contractors pull the documents already, so that's a good sign for where we're at right now. Our next meeting is scheduled for the 30th of May, in which we will look at all of the respondents that we have. We'll start divvying up our work with that so that we can start grading and get this over with and behind us to make sure that we've qualified the recommended number that we need. Mike, with no surprise to you, we did not get any elevators to date. The hope is that we do get 1 or 2, but that seems to be a reoccurring theme with our pre-qualification process with projects lately. So
there's not a lot of public guys that do public bidding.
Right.
It's
right.
Delta Beckwith and someone else.
Yep, exactly. Eagle. With that, we've plowed through design development documents. The contractors going through those. We've had some RFIs we're going through, and this morning we actually scheduled a page turn with the architects and the contractor in Waltham at their office, so that we can start digging through the details as we get our budgets together and start working on any type of value engineering that we need so that we can bring that to the committee and to the end users about what we need to do to get within budget. Things are progressing well. We do have some more potential testing and test pits that we're going to take around the tennis courts, not to impact them during the summer, but we want to make sure that we are quantifying the amount of soils that are clean and that might need to be exported off the site. We were asked to do an informal presentation with the conservation committee. That did not go. That wasn't very successful. They were very busy the evening that we showed up. We did not have much material to share, so it was kind of a waste of theirs and ours time. So if it's something that we want to explore, which was the relocation of soils down near the 100-foot buffer zone down near the baseball fields, we'll come more prepared for that. But at this point, we might be pivoting and trying a different approach with some of the excess material.
I listened in on that.
With the, go ahead, Bartlett.
No, I listened in on that part of the conservation meeting, and I thought they were inexcusably rude. I mean, basically, they said if you don't have the surveyed and flagged wetlands, just get out of here right now. Don't waste our time.
Yep. So I understand, and I thought we were doing what we were asked to do, and so there was a misunderstanding there, and I'll make sure if that is the most economical approach for this project, we'll come prepared with what we need. But I think it's not going to be. So I think we're gonna pivot and stay outside the jurisdiction.
How are we coming with the contract with Commodore and the town?
I have two calls into Jenny at Mijares Harrington. She's the town council, and I've asked her if we can get this thing signed. There's a small hurdle we need to get over about indemnification. with insurance. And I'm sure if we get everybody in the room, we can get this signed and taken care of. So it's my intention, Steve, that at our next PMBC meeting, I'll have the contract signed, and we will have a vendor invoice package for everybody to review and approve.
Great, thanks.
Ryan, are we running behind on this or where we stand right now?
Right now, we're on target from when we established a new schedule a few months ago, and that was when we did some heavier value engineering about the material makeup of the walls, in which we had to redesign some of our design development drawings. We're still on schedule to possibly do some early concrete and site packages towards the end of the summer, early fall. So right now, schedule-wise, we're still on track.
Are you talking winter construction?
We'd be out of the ground for the winter, so there would not be any concrete or anchor bolts or things. Steel would be being erected during the winter.
All right.
They can handle it.
Yeah, hopefully we have another mild winter.
Fingers crossed. Yep.
Yep. Anything else on the senior center?
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
that's why I had my hand up.
Oh, I didn't see it.
That's okay. Brian, anything on the glass? And I thought we were going to have a follow-up design meeting for the senior center.
Yeah, with our step back that we took with some of the DD drawings, we are just getting to the point where we're going to do a page turn, and LLB is scheduling a kind of what we're going to call a town department meetings with several different departments, yours included. The glass, I've been told, has been put into the documents in the finish schedule as a safety glass. I still want to review it, and I'll make sure that you're involved with that as well. But yeah, they're taking care of some more 30,000 foot view things, and then they're going to drill down and start meeting with some of the town departments after.
Thank you very much for that clarification, sir.
Thank you.
Brian, is that going to be like a meeting that we had with the departments when we first started out?
Yep. This is going to be, so now that we've got we've fleshed it out, we're into construction documents now. You know, we had a feel for what the usages of these rooms are going to be. There's going to be more of a kind of a fine-tuned provisions, how rooms are going to be used and how departments are going to be using said areas.
Is that going to be an in-person meeting?
Probably, yes.
Yeah.
Definitely, yes.
Yeah, I'd like to go to that.
What is the total cost look like now? Construction?
We were hovering around anywhere between 13 to 14 is where we were. And so when we started, we were on the higher end of that. We started taking things out of the scope based upon the conversations that we had with the previous town administrator. For example, generator not being on site at this point. Some other the finishes that we took out that were some of the preferences of Anthony that we no longer need. So now we're working our way down towards that $13 million figure.
Okay. Any other questions?
And it'd be my hope once we get into design, I'm going to flesh out a total project budget as well that can be shared with everybody and kind of show you where we're getting from milestone to milestone from a budget perspective.
So right now, what does the schedule look like? Start and completion date?
The start, if we are able to get some of the site and concrete work done earlier, that would happen in probably the late summer, early fall, and then it's going to be approximately a 14-month build. So that would run us till about winter of the following year.
Right. Okay. Any other questions? Next item is member input. Bob?
I just got one question for Brian Brian, did anybody approach the town about, the highway department about taking some of that fill?
It's a great question. We talked about it today. I think that there's an opportunity for some of the fill to go to the, on the other side of the parking lot where the residence is, where we have a slope down near the parking lot. I think there's some possibility to lose it there. but that was my next question, is reaching out to the DPW director, and finding about, what type of testing that they would be requiring. Obviously, if it's going to be leaving the parcel of land, we're going to have some sort of environmental testing on the material itself. But if it's clean and the town has usage for it, that will actually help the project with any type of disposal fees. So yes, that's on my to-do list within the next few days.
All right. That's the only thing
Great.
I have, Steve. I'm all set.
Okay, Mike,
I'm all set.
Stacy,
I'm all set.
Bartlett,
I'm all set, thanks.
and I'm good. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moves.
Second,
All in favor?
Bob Romley, yes.
Bartlett,
Thanks.
yes.
Mike Scuduto, yes.
This is Scott, yes.
And Steve Moore, yes. Great. Thanks for your participation tonight. I know it was a little challenging getting on, and we'll try to fix that next time.
Nothing that